What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode in our Road to Glory career mode save. Of course, today's the big one. Champions League final. We'll be taking on Bayern Munich for this one. We'll see if we can grab ourselves another major trophy. We won it last year, so we're defending champions, trying to win it again this year. Of course, I'll show you how the two teams actually got to the final, and then we'll take a look at the team and all that good stuff. So, two teams getting here. We got here by, we faced Atletico Madrid, beating them 4-1 on aggregate in the round of 16. We then played Real Madrid and beat them 3-2 after a first leg at home in which it ended 3-2. And we went back to the Santiago Bernabeu and ended up drawing 0-0. Then we faced Napoli and won that by 3-1, which has led us to our spot in the final. For Bayern Munich, though, they beat Juventus by 3-2, then Southampton by 2-1, and then Barca by 3-0. And if you actually remember as well, we did actually face Bayern in our group. They topped our group with 12 points, winning 3 and drawing 3 of their 6 games. We drew 5 of our 6 in this one and ended up coming out in second place. So the two teams from Group B, I think it was, getting through to the final. Bayern topped the group. We finished in second. So arguably, are they the favourites? Possibly. Their side's strong, we know that. But of course, guys, our side has got us here. And I've got some good news for you all as well. Ezri Konsa, the club captain, is returned from his injury. What a time to come back. For the Champions League final, we're going to have our club captain out there. So I'm very, very happy to say that. We've missed him for large parts of the season. And it's, of course, nice having him back. Player of the month, actually, as well, just to show you. Went to Barça Villa for the last month of the league. And, of course, we won the Premier League as well. But let's actually see what the side is going to look like. And I actually want to check out and see how many games Konsa's played this season, just to show you. 39 games he played this season, even though, of course, he was out for large parts of it. Tarkowski only playing 28. Haas has played 46. Ox are playing 44. I know it says there that he's still injured, but he's in my starting 11, so we'll be able to play him. So, yeah, let's check out then what the team looks like, and we'll get ourselves into game. Yeah. All right, so showing you the sliders for the upcoming game then, as I always do. They are the sliders that we have set for ourselves to make it a little bit more difficult. You've got the user settings as well, all at 50. But in terms of the starting 11, there it is. Donnarumma starts in goal. Gaia at left back. Tarkowski and Konsa in the middle. It's nice to have the club captain back. As I said, he wears the armband as well going into game today. Alexander-Arnold at right back. In the midfield 4, we have Zakaria, Grujic, Barca, Villa and Evans. And up front, Bayern's former Pole, Fratchak, alongside Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm actually going to bump the time up to 6 minutes as well. So we'll do that. Let's get into game and see what this Bayern team looks like. The reason why I'm actually starting Fratchak and Calvert-Lewin and going with the 4-1-2-1-2 instead of the 4-3-2-1 is because I looked at the actual team that Bayern are going to probably face in the back 4, and it's not the quickest team in the world. Like, there's definitely a chance for us to hit them with the pace we have up front. So that's why I played it. The only fast defender they've got is Alaba. Other than that, their centre-backs and their right-back are quite slow. So my thought process is, hit them with pace, you know, do that sort of stuff, and we should be good to go. So here we are then, the Santiago Bernabeu. It's all set and ready to go. I'm not sure why we're playing at Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu, but hey, listen, at least it's on neutral soil. It's not like we're playing at the Allianz Arena. That has happened to me in the past in a save. I have played a Champions League final where the opponents have been at home, basically. So, yeah, good to say that for sure. So we've come to the Santiago Bernabeu already once this season and managed to not concede here, drawing 0-0 with Real Madrid in that game. That is the trophy we are playing for today. And obviously, it'll be nice to get our hands on it for a second time if we possibly can do that. The boys have been briefed. They know the game plan. We know the game plan. It's going to be all about trying to actually implement that plan and seeing what we can do. 2 player debuts for Bayern Munich, which is kind of strange considering the fact this is the last game of the season. Gabriel Barbosa starts alongside a goalkeeper who was on my radar for quite a while, Cascone. He's an Italian 84 rated goalkeeper, so he's in there in the head of Manuel Neuer. So yeah, he starts. I was kind of thinking which one was going to start, Neuer or Cascone. They've actually gone with the Italian, so we'll see what else their side looks like as the boys shake hand with their opponents today. I see Memphis Depay. Probably going to be their danger man. I know he has had a good run in this year's Champions League. I think he's their top scorer as well in terms of that one. So definitely a player to watch. But as I mentioned earlier, you know, the pace is going to be tough for Bayern Munich to deal with today. They do have a very slow back 4. Apart from Alaba, he's the only exception to that. Of course, that's our side, which you saw a moment ago. And on the bench, we have Martin, Donis, El Ghazi, Rodriguez, Oxford, Lukaku, and then I can't remember who the other player is on the bench. But yeah, we've got a pretty strong bench, so if we need to call upon it, we can. But I'm kind of thinking that that starting 11 should be able to get the job done today. And as I mentioned, probably on paper, we are not the favourites. Bayern, that's their team. So Cascione in goal, Carvajal, Bruma, Koulibaly, and Alaba at the back. All right, well, I got it wrong because I didn't expect Koulibaly to start this one. Depay, Garcia, Wanyama, Ceballos, and Berardi, and Gabriel Barbosa, the lone figure up front. So yeah, as I mentioned, the back four, apart from Koulibaly and Alaba now, I see that. Koulibaly is not the quickest, but he has got a little bit of pace behind him. So definitely the right-hand side is where we are going to be able to hopefully exploit them today. But without further ado, Crew Alexandra get the game underway with former Bayern man Fratchak from the halfway line. And the Champions League final of 2023 is underway. So nice to have the club captain Ezri Konsa back. And for Crew Alexandra fans, it's a big night here. Can they do it again? They did it last season, and I'm sure they'll want to see their team do it yet again. Barca Villa, he's got a lot of quality as Villa as he finds Alexander-Arnold already. Crosses deep. Fratchak! Oh, my goodness. It's got to go in. Fratchak has to score there. I'd thought he'd saved it originally, the goalkeeper. It's just Fratchak's got it wrong. Imagine the scenes if it was Fratchak already inside 4 minutes against his former club to give us the lead. Well, he should have done. How on earth did he get it that wrong? Grujic, Fratchak again on the ball now, as he's going to try and use it well enough. As I mentioned, this right-hand side needs to be where we've the attacks. Evans, oh, it's skull-bound, and Koulibaly uses all his height there in order to actually get up and win that well. And I wasn't sure what Evans was thinking, trying to win that header. Was never going to get near it. As Gabriel Barbosa lays that out wide towards Berardi. Tarkowski goes over and defends very well. And at the early stages of this one, inside 10 minutes, we've been able to negate a lot of that threat going forward because he's going to be a very isolated figure there, Gabriel Barbosa. I'm slightly surprised in the aspect they're not really giving too much support to him as Fratchak and Calvert-Lewin between the two of them, looking to, again, use this ball well enough as he's found Marco Grujic now. Grujic in towards the area. Grujic across the face of goal, and Alaba steps in to stop it going any further. Konsa wins that header, but we won't get the ball back. And if that ball had been out towards the back post, that was going to be 1-0 again. Fratchak coming deep to win that tackle. Barca Villa, lovely turn. Still Villa and still Villa on that left foot. Barca Villa! His effort straight at the goalkeeper. It was another good run from the Spaniard. But that's where he lacks in any finishing. And that's where Evans is the better of the two technically in terms of the finish. That's why I don't play Villa as a cam. That's why I'm deploying him a bit more deeper because his passing's good enough and his runs on the ball are good enough. But it's just that finishing that he needs to improve as Tarkowski should win that header and does win that header. And again, we negate any threat that Bayern are throwing at us, but that's the pace that we're speaking about up front. We haven't been able to use a lot of it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will end off a very weak first half of football unless we have one more chance before the half-time. I tried to knock it past Koulibaly and go, but he read it. And that is the half-time whistle. It remains 0-0 here at the Santiago Bernabeu at the break. Not a lot happening in that first half. I don't feel like my two attackers have got into the game as much as I would have liked with this formation. Maybe we need to switch it. But then again, we've kept them quiet. And, you know, at the end of the day, the job has got to be to try and defend and then just try and get that goal when we can do it. And I feel like if I switch that 3-2-1, it might upset the balance of the play. So I'm going to stick to what it is for now. If I do need to make changes already, what is just happened there? Gaia, hello, do you want to pick up Carvajal? Why is he free on the right-hand side, Jose Gaia? I don't know what you're doing there, but make sure you mark him next time, because that we got away with one there. Ceballos, it's still not finished. Barca Villa, I mean, look at that. We win the ball completely fine and fair, and they still don't come away with it here. Zakaria will win it back, though. Depay and Alaba between them, keeping the ball pretty well, and Alaba steps inside. Where's the man in the box? Make sure you mark in. Nobody free as Alaba. No-oh. Donnarumma saves it. Rebound. Ceballos, get there, Donnarumma. Thank you very much. Bayern's first chance of this game, and it's come 55 minutes in, and we just about dealt with it. I'm not sure what the defence was on that right-hand side from Alexander-Arnold, honestly, because he allowed Alaba and Memphis Depay to keep the ball between them, and that wasn't good defending. Why are you turning backwards? No, what is with these touches? This game sometimes is so AIDS. Fratchak. Evans is the man over. Dominic Evans in towards the box. Evans! Crew 1! FC Bayern Munich 0! Dominic Evans, the cam, has just put us 1-0 in front. We haven't had a lot of luck with our two strikers today, I can say that for sure right now. But when you need him most, Dominic Evans, the man who's become an integral part of this midfield. He's had what I would consider a breakthrough season. spent the first couple of years here kind of just finding his feet and not necessarily getting into the team. It's Fratchak with the ball through, but then Evans has to hold his nerve against the goalkeeper, and he does just that. Finds the bottom corner. Crew 1, Bayern 0. Since the second half has kicked off as well, Bayern have been the better side in the earlier part of this, but it completely against the run of play for the second half. Not for the first, of course, because we were the better team in that one. Dominic Evans puts us in front, and now we have 30 minutes left to hold on to this, and we will be Champions League winners. But what can Bayern do? Can they find chances to stop us? They've shown they can do it in the earlier stages of this first half. Uh-oh, Gabriel Boas is in. What a tackle, James Tarkowski. What a tackle. Not the most convincing header out from James Tarkowski, who otherwise has had a very good game here. And we've got 17 minutes left. Berardi on the right now. As here come Bayern, trying to find what would be an equaliser. Marko Grujic with the latest tackle deep in our own half. We now are going to try and get this up the other end of the pitch and just try and keep it here, really. I don't want to have pressure mounting on us at the back as Grujic going to carry it a long way. And now find Fratchak. Fratchak towards Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin! Oh, what a finish by Dominic Calvert-Lewin! Crew 2, Bayern 0. That's what I said when we can hit them on the counter. What a finish! And those fans now know that they're moments away from this one. Fratchak again with the assist. Calvert-Lewin keeps his calm and composure and chips it the other way that the goalkeeper was coming out. And he finds the finish. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, get in there. Crew 2, Bayern 0. You can see on the massive screen just there behind you the score updated as we scored that. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin is the man who surely has won it for us. Martin, Calvert-Lewin, in towards Barso Villar. Villar in towards Alexander Arnold, back to Villar. And now we just need to keep ball pretty much. And we are going to win in this. Fratchak, Villar again. Still Villar. Carries it a long way and finds Gaia. And all of a sudden, space on this left-hand side for Jose Gaia. Cross delivered in. Calvert-Lewin, back post, got to score. Has to score. He may have put us 2-0 in front, but he will be thinking to himself, how on earth have I not made it 3? Should have had a brace. He's got all the time in the world to think about that. Not a good finish. Scenes, if we can clear this ball away, it's going to be another corner ball, I think. No, it's a throw-in. The keeper's now taking his place back in his goal. What are we waiting for? Why isn't play restarting? Is there a ball on the pitch or something? Play's not restarting, and surely they're not letting the goalkeeper get back to his actual goal. Are you kidding me? That's actually what they waited for. That's ridiculous. We could have hit them on the counter if we won this ball back. Memphis Depay, Consta steps in, wins it back. Oh my goodness, there's space. Oh wait, I didn't see Bruma. I thought my 2 strikers were just completely through, which is why I sent a long ball up. They might still be. Calvert-Lewin wins it back, looks towards Fratchak. Bruma again's going to get there, but that should be it. 90 minutes, ref, blow your whistle, mate. Don't do this. We've done it again. Crew for the second time in as many seasons are Champions League winners. 2 second half goals. Dominic Evans first, and then Dominic Calvert-Lewin with the second. The 2 Doms are at it, and Crew have done it again. And although you've got a score to win finals, you know, yeah, credit to Dominic Evans and Calvert-Lewin, I have to give major props today to James Tarkowski. What a game he had at centre-back. Made that goal-saving tackle late on after setting up the play as well. Sensational stuff. But it's great scenes now because the club captain, Ezri Konsa, was missing for large parts. And he's going to get to lift this one. Imagine the scenes if this was Crew Alexandra right now in 2023. I'm sure a lot of Crew fans would be happy. But here we go. The moment Ezri Konsa's back and Crew are back on top of the world. Champions League winners for the second time. We have won everything that we set out to do with Crew Alexandra. The only thing left now is an England European Championships win, and that is the entirety of it done. You can see the Santiago Bernabeu fireworks going off, of course. We defeated Real Madrid on course to the final, so it's only fitting that we get to play here and win it completely. A 2-0 victory against Bayern. The back four did very well, keeping them quiet. We had Murphy moments, I've got to say that, at the earlier part of the second half, but ultimately the boys came through. And the game plan seemed to work. Not as well as I hoped with the 2 strikers, but I can't complain because we are champions again. And of course, next season, guys, it gets even better from here because we have so many new players joining the club that the likelihood is a lot of the guys that played in this final may not be getting as much game time next season. In regards to that, of course, because we have won everything, I'm most likely going to be simming quite a few games next season to get through to that European Championships and stuff. But yeah, I'm just going to enjoy this moment. Obviously, winning the Champions League is good. something I aren't able to do so far in the Celta Vigo save. I don't know what's going on over there. I just can't seem to perform in Europe whenever I'm playing that series. But at least I can in the Crew series anyways. Crew 2, Bayern 0, game, set, and match. What I will do now, guys, is show you the complete rundown of this season, go into next year, see what the budget is, and see the new players who have joined us at the club. So, of course, we'll check out all that good stuff now. So, I mean, where do I start with this season? As you can see, the breaking news story. Donnaruma's actually sat with me. I don't know why. It should have been Ezri Konsa. But there you go. Crew Alexandra win the Champions Cup. I'm pretty sure we've got the Champions League licensing for next FIFA as well. So it won't say that anymore. It should say the Champions League as well. But there you go. That is myself. Donnarumma sat there. Obviously, for Crew supporters, it's been a hell of a ride. Alexander-Arnold got player of the competition for the Champions League. But let's check out who had won what this season. All right, Premier League, obviously, we won it by, what's that, 13 points, beating Chelsea in second, Spurs in third, Arsenal in fourth, Man United finishing 8th, with Manchester City down in 10th place as well, which is mind-boggling. How on earth they finished so low. Community Shield, we obviously lost at the start of this season to Manchester United in that stupid game. City did win the FA Cup, so they do get silverware, even though they did finish 11th. Not exactly ideal for Etihad. You'd expect better. Carabao Cup was, of course, won by us for the first time in this series, beating Southampton in the final by 2-0. Similarly to that we won the Cup of Europe and the Champions League. All 2-0 wins, which is very good if I do say so myself. The Europa League was won by Inter Milan. And, of course, that leads us now into the European Championship qualifiers with England, which is the end of next season, will be when we play that, and that is all good stuff. So what I'll do now is I'll check out our top scorer, and then, of course, I'll show you the budget for next season, because it's most likely going to be probably about 60, 70 million pounds, which isn't too bad, is it? You know, but the question is, where do I spend it? Because when you see the team next year and the players we've got coming in on pre-contracts, it's pretty good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who got the most goals for the team? Calvert-Lewin scored 26 in 52 in all competitions this season. Just short of a goal every 2 games. Not too bad. Fracture with 18 in 42. He actually scored more in the league. I don't think we had the Golden Boot winner this year in the Premier League. 15 in 45 for Donis and 13 in 34 for El Ghazi. So 4 players on double figures this season. Evans got 8 in 40 with 5 assists. Isaac Martin also scored a few. Guy's in there. Alexander-Arnold actually scoring a couple as well. Grujic, Barca Villar, of course, as you can see as I go down the list. It's endless. Santos Candeias actually got 2 in 5, which is very good as well. Tarkovsky also getting 1 for himself. Haas getting 1. Zakaria getting 1. Lukaku, you can see. And I don't think actually we had 1 from Ezri Konsa. There's Oxford on 44. We didn't. Ezri Konsa didn't actually score. But if you take a look at the clean sheet stat, right, you can see where, you know, we probably did miss Ezri Konsa. Because when I show you this, you're going to be pretty baffled. Because Alexander-Arnold, although he played 60 games, we got 21 clean sheets with him, which is good. But I mean, look at that. Konsa had 17 clean sheets in the 40 games that he played. That's very good. Almost a clean sheet every 2.3 games, which, as I said, is brilliant. And we definitely did miss him this season. It's obviously nice to have him back. I can't wait for next season when he's going to be an integral part again. You know, at 25 now, we brought him in for so cheap, I wouldn't even consider selling him at any point. So, yeah, that's just never going to happen. Even if the offer's there, Constant's staying at the club. He's got a heart. I mean, I guess he's got a place in my heart now. You know, I get these series every kind of season or FIFA. You know, FIFA 17, FIFA 18. And there's always that, like, one player that sticks with me and I kind of just can't, you know, sell him or whatever. And they always play an integral part. Last year it was El Ghazi. This year it's been Ezri Konsa, definitely, you know. Kane did get the Golden Boot for the Premier League, scoring 19 league goals for the season for Spurs. But that ends off 2023 this season. If you bear with me, guys, I'll move into next year and show you the budget for the upcoming season. Just to let you know as well, guys, that this guy that I'm training up at the moment, is it Chu? C-U-I? He's from China. He's got a potential of 91 to 94. So that's why I'm training him up, because next season he's going to be a beast for us, I think. Or maybe not next season, but later on in the series. Definitely going to get to that upper echelons of ratings. But that now should be the end of the season. So, of course, it does take a couple of minutes to set up the new one. So I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so we're into the new season, and I'm just basically going to obviously go to the next screen. So it shows you all the players that have joined us, and obviously there's all that good stuff. I'll show you the budget as well. Now, I will ask you guys to leave me some suggestions of players you want to see, because I think with it being like one of the last seasons we're probably going to play, I'm just going to splash the cash and just literally go all out. But obviously, keep in mind that we are in 2023, so a lot of the best players in the world at this current time are obviously not going to be playing later on in this particular season. So, got to accept this, so I'm just going to go to that one. It gives the most money. As you know, I don't necessarily play these, though. I just sim them. That is, of course, the preseason tours. Now, signed a top player because we have a bunch of players that have joined us on free contracts. Carter's left on loan. Wanderson Lamir is left on loan. Jose Canadeas is left on loan. He's gone to Sheffield Wednesday. Hervin Lozano's joined us. Christian Pulisic has joined us. Lewis Cook has joined us. Antoine Griezmann has joined us. And they are the 4 players that we picked up. So, I mean, in that particular time, the chances are Donny's probably won't play. Calvert-Lewin's, I'm not sure about Calvert-Lewin. El Ghazi's another one. Martin's another one. You know, with these players joining us, we now have Griezmann, who's 88 rated, who I want to get involved just because I want him to kind of retire here. We've got Pulisic, 89 rated, who would go there. Martin would also come off, and Hervin Lozano would go onto the bench. Lewis Cook could come on, and Rodriguez would drop out of there. You know, so we pretty much have players now in every single position that might not get much game time this year. Sensational, like, bench as well. There's just so many good players we have here. So these 4, Martin, El Ghazi, Donis, may be used as potential make weights in order to bring in new players to the club, because I don't think we're going to be playing with El Ghazi, Donis, or Isaac Martin this season. So yeah, in terms of the budget though, £56 million is what it's set to. I'm going to budget down to there. 55 million, of course, is the budget we have, but I'm going to be selling on a few players, vice versa, and we'll you know, switch it around as we do. So who did I say was leaving? Let's have a look. So I don't think Donis is going to play that many games for us, so let's have a look how much he's worth. He's worth 17 million. So, unfortunately, Anastasius, I think you're going onto the transfer list, mate. Who else did I say? Calvert-Lewin is worth exactly the same amount, but he's more influential for us. Fratchak is now worth £60 million since his £26 million move. Griezmann worth 50, even at the age of 32. El Ghazi's not going to play, so that's another one to add to the transfer list. You know, Pulisic is there, worth 70 million. How much is Lozano worth? 35. Some big, big players here that are worth a lot of money. So, yeah, Isaac Martin worth 22. Evans is going to stay. Villar's going to stay. Zachariah's staying. Grujic is staying. Who else have we got? Rodriguez, potentially, to leave the club. Maybe I'll add him and see what kind of offers come in. Delgado as well is another one that I want to get rid of. Lukaku said he's unhappy, so he can be transfer listed, but I'm not accepting any offers under £25 million for him. Let's have a look. So we've got Tarkovsky, Konsa, Haas, and Oxford. I did say that I'm not sure about Haas because he didn't have a great season, so I might swap him and try and transfer him out the club and get somebody else in. And other than that, I think that's the last bit of it. So our most valuable player right now is Pulisic, followed up by Donnarumma, followed by Fratchak. And we've still got a very young squad here as well. I mean, in terms of the oldest player, 32, the next one's 30, and after that, they're all under the age of 30. So, pretty young team that we've got working with us. But if you've got any suggestions for players that you want to see us join here at Crew Alexandra, do leave them down in the comments below. I'll take a look at them. And if you did enjoy today's episode, guys, a like would be greatly appreciated. I'm excited for this upcoming season. As I mentioned, because it probably will be the last one we play, I might just go ahead and sim quite a few games and obviously play the more important ones. Get into that European Championships with England and see if we can win it. And that will be every single thing won in the series. And that will be obviously good as well. So thank you so much for watching this episode. And I will catch you all again for another video very, very soon, guys. Adios.